It's Angelica Marion Lawrence back again with F.A.T.E Global, the Foundation for Artistic Talent and Empowerment. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We're going to be interviewing with Jennelle today. She'll be in a moment. So if you just sit with us, she'll be joining us. But again, we're back and we're doing these artist spotlights every day throughout the week to shed some kind of light in regards to the quarantine and COVID-19 experience. Thanks for joining us. What's up? What's up? She'll be joining in soon. Hey Naima. Hey Vanex. What's up? Victoria. Thanks for joining in. But today we will be interviewing with Jennelle. She is a writer for TV. So we're going to learn some different tools and information about her journey. So let's just wait for her to come in here. She should be in here shortly. But we did pin everything there below. We have my Instagram handle. We have her Instagram handle. We have the F.A.T.E Global Instagram handle as well. So just make sure you check us out there. Okay. So we'll just wait for her.
Hi.
How are you, Queen?
I'm good. It was like really weird. I don't know, but I'm glad that you requested me because that was strange. But I'm still getting used to IG Live. Like I really didn't do it pre-pandemic, so it's only like my second time doing it. So I'm still trying to like figure things out.
Absolutely, no worries. I'm so glad to have you here. You know, I was learning too how to use it, but now I got it. But we're so happy that you're on with us. We have a whole bunch of people that already joined us here, and they'll continue to come in. We have thousands of people that watching on the replay, so if they miss it, it's cool. They'll just check you out later. How you feeling? How you handling the quarantine and stuff?
You know, this was kind of my life before this because I'm a writer, so when we're not in production, I'm kind of just in the house writing my own stuff, doing my own work and stuff like that. So I was pretty used to it. The only thing was, and also I'm a homebody and introvert. But the only thing was like my favorite things to do is now closed. Like I used to go to movies all the time. I had AMC A-list, so we would go all the time. Go to restaurants and go to the gym. So it's just like that makes it more interesting. But I've gotten creative on how to like, I don't know, maneuver and make it not so sad.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. I'll agree with you. I'm an introvert too by nature. By work of heart, by work of heart and art, I'm extroverted. But in reality, I'm super introverted. So kind of like you, I've just been in the house, kind of just gathering my thoughts and just being creative and doing different things. But guys, for those of you that are coming in, you're giving us all those hearts. Thank you so much for the support. We have Jennelle. Her Instagram handle is under there, so make sure you follow her. My Instagram handle is there as well as the F.A.T.E Global page, and she is a writer for TV. So she's going to share her experiences with us today. She's going to drop some inspiration for you guys, and I hope you walk away inspired by her journey and the things that she has to share. So as you know, we've been doing this every single day. We've been spotlighting artists, and so when you came to our mind from one of our board members, we thought you'd be perfect to talk about your experiences in TV and writing and stuff like that. So we're excited. We haven't did an interview with a writer just yet, so we're excited to interview with you today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we'll just jump right into it. Guys, again, she's a writer for TV. This is Jennelle, so show some love to her. Make sure you go follow her handle and support her. But can you kind of just talk about how you got into the entertainment industry? How did that happen for you?
Yeah, well, I've always been creative since I was like really, really young. Like, and I always knew I wanted to write in some aspect. Like, I wrote my first book at 6 years old. Like,
wow.
I did the illustrations. I bound it myself using like the cardboard from like cereal boxes, and I still have it to this day. Like, yeah, when I was moving.
Dope.
Yeah, I'm originally from the East Coast. When I was moving, I saw it, and I was just like, wow, this makes no sense, but it was beautiful that I did it, because it's like, I mean, as a 6-year-old, you don't understand story the way that I would now, so I'm like, okay, this don't make no type of sense, but the fact that I did it from, like, the first idea to completion, and, like, I produced my own book by myself,
wow.
That, I mean, I feel like that shows, my passion for it.
Yeah.
So I've always been creative. I did performing arts like in high school and college. I actually studied film and media arts at school. I went to a school in DC.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, and like I feel like I got a good understanding of the industry, like I guess in a practical sense, being in college, but it's different reading in your textbooks about, certain things versus like actually experiencing it. So, I mean, that was it, it's like, I don't know, like I feel like I wouldn't, if I had to do it all over again, I'm not sure I would go to college. I think I would just go straight to doing this because I knew like from an early
I
age
feel
that this
it.
is what I wanted to do. And it's like, I don't gotta be in debt right now.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it because that is real, and Sally be on me, Meg, honey.
Shoot, Sally,
Sally
oh,
and
I
Meg
put her
be
on my block
trying me.
list.
Sally and Meg will try you. Okay.
Yeah, and that's not to discourage anyone from going to college or if they're in film school, but I mean, I think if I were to do it again, I probably wouldn't. But I feel like other people, they gained a lot from going to school. So I think it's just about how you feel personally. Um, so yeah, DC is a very political scene when it comes to like producing and TV, and that's not my thing. I went to a very political school, so I was just kind of like tired of that. So I did like odd jobs for a couple of years, like just because like as good as the schooling was, like they didn't prepare us how to market ourselves to get jobs post college. So I was like in a limbo for a couple of years, like okay, like I want to do this and I want to do this, but how do I do it? Like, and there's no singular path, so that makes it even more complicated. It's like you literally have to find your own path. So, I had to survive, so I was just doing like, retail. I worked in a restaurant for a lot of years, just doing office work for a lot of years. And then one day I just decided I was like, I'm going to move to LA.
Wow.
Actually, I came to visit LA for the first time, like, in the summer. I went to like the BET Awards. It was like 4 years ago, and I just loved it out here. And I always had a feeling that I was meant to be in California. I know that sounds really weird, but
no, I get it.
That
no,
feeling.
You just
I always had that feeling. So once I came out here, I was like, okay, that solidified it. And the other day, I drove cross country and I started my new life. And yeah, I mean, it was still a rocky road once I got here because it just, I feel like some people think that, put you come in and they think that you get instant famous. Like, do you see somebody blow up on Instagram and now they have the perfect life, which is not the case. So it's like there's still a lot of work, there's still a lot of connections that needs to be made after the fact. So I kind of been building that up ever since. And when I first came out, like I got back into acting a little bit, but it just wasn't sustainable for me. And I feel like I kind of like wavered from what I really wanted to do, which was writing. So working other odd end jobs, and I was miserable. Because I knew, I was like, why did I drive 3,000 miles to do the same thing that I was doing back home?
Right.
And I really had to sit and talk with myself like, this ain't it, girl. So, I started writing again, joined writers groups. I was at the WGA, like when it was open, back when it was open, like all the time, just studying scripts, studying outlines, just reading whatever I can find, watching shows, just everything. And I kind of just had to work my way back up. And I was miserable in the job, and the job didn't end up working out. So I was like, okay, now what? Like, I have. It was kind of like a redo for me. It was like, okay, like you didn't come out here just to work at these type of jobs anymore. So what you want to do with this?
Right.
So I started interning at Harvard Studio, and that's owned by Bentley Kyle Evans, who he was a showrunner for Martin. He was the creator of the Jamie Foxx show. He has 2 shows, Family Time and In the Cut, that I actually got to write on.
Come on,
yeah, not to fast forward too much, but so I started interning. I was like the writer's PA, grabbing coffees, doing whatever needed to be done. I was like proofreading, just doing whatever. I just wanted to be in a room. Like I went every day. Nobody asked me to come back, but I just kept coming.
Wow.
And just started building a rapport. And I just started pitching and put more input into it, and then he gave me an opportunity to write my first script for TV. So I've been writing
Wow.
ever since.
That's amazing, man. Like that's you talked about so many cool things. So you pretty much knew from the very young age that you wanted to be a writer. Just from the
Hmm.
fact that you created your own book at 6 years old out of like
Yeah,
cardboard and cereal boxes. But you made it happen. You know how to make lemonade out of lemons. I could tell.
yeah, yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So you kind of spoke to when you got your first opportunity to write for TV. Can you speak to about tell us how that felt for you as well as kind of how that process went?
Yeah, it was honestly it was a dream. Like, and for Martin to be like one of my favorite shows that I like couldn't watch growing up, like,
Mm-hmm.
and just being in the writers' room and like hearing stories and how he kind of like built his own legacy, Bentley. It was just inspiring because he's been doing
Wow.
it on his own too. So it's just like it was really inspiring to see that if you work hard enough, you can make it happen. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
there's no stopping you once you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
So it was. I feel like it was really like once I shifted my mindset, that's when stuff started like popping off for me.
Amazing.
Yeah. And what was the
Wow.
second part?
Just you talked about kind of how it made you feel, which it sounds like a dream came true and you were so happy, but also you were talking about the process, how that went for you. The like could you kind of speak to the differences between being in the writer's room and also just if you worked on your own projects, what is the differences between that when you're writing for your own self as well as co-writing versus when you're in a writer's room, you have different egos and you want to respect everyone's opinions and value everybody. Can you kind of talk to that a bit?
Yeah. So and it's funny because I was talking about it this morning. It Writing was very singular for me up until being in a writer's room. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I was on a learning curve because I really had to not only had to check your ego. You're in a room with a lot of people for 8+ hours a day, so it's like you have to
Yep.
adjust to people's personalities. You Every idea that you have, you might think it's a good idea, but it might not work for the story or for the show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that it's a bad idea, but it's like the
Mm-hmm.
showrunner gets the final say,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, really, it's just like checking your ego, and it's really a collaborative effort because you can't make a show by yourself. Like you just can't.
Right.
You can't write a good episode by yourself. You can.
Mm-hmm.
You can have the bones for it, but you still need the story editor. You still need everybody to bring
Mm-hmm.
it to life.
And I love that you say that because most people feel like, oh, they say like I'm self-made, I did this, but really no one's self-made. Everybody has somebody
You
that
have a
they.
tribe. You have to have a tribe because
Mm-hmm.
you can't. You just can't. When I hear people say that, I'm just like, okay, who are you
Okay.
not thinking? Who are you not thinking? Because you didn't do it
Yeah.
by yourself.
Yeah, who are
Yeah.
you not thanking? That's amazing. I love that you pointed that out because that's so true. Who are you not acknowledging? Because we've all needed help, even if it's a simple, hey, do you like this? A simple text and you say yes or no. Your
Mhm.
opinion is valued. So I appreciate you saying that because that's a note that all of us can take away. Putting our egos to the side and really acknowledging that tribe of people that support us. So can you kind of speak to a little bit about, why relationships are important in the industry?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like as big as the industry is, it's very small at the same time. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like you don't know who you gonna run into 2 years later. So it's like you
Mm-hmm.
gotta you gotta be nice. You have to be people. If people don't want to work with you, you're not going to get work. So you have to be real. You have to be, civilized. You can't cuss everybody in the
Don't
room
come
out.
acting up a fool. Don't be coming up and acting up a fool.
Yeah, like if you got to take a step away, just say you got to go to the bathroom or something, cool off, and then come back. But you can't cuss everybody out because no one's going to work with you, and then you're going to get a reputation, and no
Mm-hmm.
one in the industry is going to want to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think relationships is very important, and you have to find like your community. You have to find your tribe that'll uplift you, and like I have a lot of people reading my script, like people that I trust, and I know that won't like BS me, read
Mm-hmm.
the script, and again, you have to check your ego because you can't do it by
Mm-hmm.
yourself. So you definitely need
Absolutely.
to foster relationships in order for you to move up.
Yes, absolutely. Can you kind of speak to, because you said that you have people writing your script and stuff like that, and you're constantly writing, with you having new ideas come to you probably daily. What is your writing process like? Does it change depending on how you're feeling or what comes to you? Can you kind of speak to that?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think it has changed over the years. Like, I will say when I first started out and I was like, first beginning, I didn't like beat sheets and I didn't like outlining. I just like wrote.
Mm.
And now I see the importance and value of it because you get to
Mm-hmm.
see the full story to make sure that all the moving parts make sense. Because if not, you have to start all over.
Mm-hmm.
Versus being able to take this scene and move it up here, or take that scene and move it down there. You
Mm-hmm.
already see the layout before you start writing. Versus you
Yeah.
have to like reverse engineer once you already get into it. So I feel like that
Mm-hmm.
saved me a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And yeah, and I have so many notes in my note app. Like, I might
Mm-hmm.
not open up, Final Draft every day and type, and but I'm always thinking. I'm thinking about my characters. I'm thinking about
Mm-hmm.
the story. I'm thinking about where I want the story to go. So I have so many notes in my notes app. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I have 3 different projects that I'm working on right now. So I'm always like, okay, this character, X, Y, and Z, this story, this person's intention for this scene, XYZ. I have so many, and like every couple of days I'll go and kind of like do administrative work and like kind of
Mm-hmm.
like condense it and fill in the gaps for the different projects when I have like so many notes. So I'm just like, okay, this is ridiculous. I need to put this on the script so I don't. So I can make room for more ideas and stuff like that.
Right. Right. Makes sense. Of course. I mean, I get it. I know how the mind of the creative works. So it's like constantly going. Like you kind
Yeah.
of mentioned an app that you use that helps you write. Do you have any tools that you could share for new writers, like tools that they could be using, different apps? I think you mentioned one.
So Final Draft is what I write my scripts on.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend that. It's an investment, but I mean, when you get to write your script for TV, you already make that money back plus some. So it is an
Okay.
investment, and
Just
it's
makes
like,
it a bit.
yeah, if you're serious about your craft, you have to spend money to make money. So it's
Yes.
like you just have
Mm-hmm.
to. It's for you. It's for you
Mm-hmm.
and your career.
Absolutely.
Because people, they don't take you seriously if you coming up with you printing out like a cell text. They see the cell text logo on your script, and
Right. Or you
and
coming
I'm
up with a
not saying that
composition
to make.
notebook.
Yeah, I'm not saying that to make light because someone told me that. Like, just like, girl, you need to
Oh,
get Final Draft like today, and I had
oh,
to do it. So
yeah,
this is me. It's not me making fun of anybody, but it's me coming from experience. Like,
yeah.
look, go ahead and just make the investment. I use my notes app that's on my iPhone. Um, I'm always reading scripts, so I'm a part of a couple of listservs online,
Mhm.
email chains, and sometimes people will, put out scripts and stuff like that.
Mhm.
If you're in LA, once the WGA opens back up, I would say go down there, read
Mhm.
scripts. Um, yeah, it's a very small library, so I so yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
small library, but it has so many scripts. They have like the printed ones. They also have iPads where you can read it. The
Mhm.
only thing about it is you can't take anything with you. So it's like you have to read it there. You can't check it out
Right.
like a normal book. You have to read it there. But there's
Right.
so many resources there. That was like my best friend when I first got out here. Like I was
Yeah.
there all the time, like several
Wow.
times a week.
Wow.
So I would say if you can, and there's a website. I think it's IMSDB, International Movie Script Database. So
Okay.
it's like IMDb but for scripts.
Oh,
So you can
nice.
put in a search engine like what you want. They don't have everything, but they have a lot. They have enough to get you
Mhm.
started. Like a script is
Mhm.
a script, so
Right.
they have
Right.
enough to get you started. And I can't think of the other one, but that is the one. That's the main one that I use. And
Mhm.
but you can also just Google like script PDF and stuff will
Mhm.
pop up. Or sometimes they'll have like if you type in a certain script for a
Mhm.
certain TV show, like free, like say you type in like New Girls free PDF or something, it might pop up. So if you have a specific show that you want to read, like it's worth just trying it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so awesome. Yeah, you've given so many different tips, and I love that you're so honest and grounded and just truthful about everything. So thanks for being so transparent and sharing what you know. Could you kind of speak to, because I know some people might see you and they're like, oh, well, she got the right for TV. You know, she got to be related to somebody or whatever, but they don't know that you had a real journey, you know, and that you had some adversities that you overcame. Can you kind of speak to those adversities and kind of how you overcame them?
Yeah, I definitely don't know anybody in the industry. I don't think that I don't have any relatives that I know. I mean, my last name is Williams. I would love to be related to Serena or Pharrell,
Yeah.
but I
Come
mean,
on,
I
Serena.
never seen them at the cookout, so I can't tell you that we're related. So as I
Right.
know, I don't got no
Right.
relatives in the industry, in no industry.
Yeah, but you know how
But
it is. They when they see people with certain opportunities, they assume they gotta have some type of connections with somebody, but they don't realize you just put in the work.
I put in work. I put in blood, sweat, tears. Like, I was homeless for a second when I first came out here. Like,
Wow.
I really, I've been through the fire. So it's
Wow.
like, but I'm so passionate about it that
Mm.
it didn't stop me. It didn't stop
Wow.
me. So it's just like if you really are committed to it, nothing can stop you. And like I said before, it's a mindset. Like when you
Mm-hmm.
tell yourself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be this, you
Mm-hmm.
keep telling yourself, but not only saying it, but also putting in the work. Because I feel like some people, they say manifestations, but they don't put the action behind it. You need the action
Yes.
behind the manifestations. So you
Yes.
can make all the mood boards you want, but if you don't put no work behind what's on your mood board, it's just gonna be a pretty mood board. Like you just
Exactly.
saying pretty things, you're just posting pretty things, but you have to put the action behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my main takeaway to say to people that think that I, came from like nepotism or I got a rich uncle. No.
You got an angel donor
No.
uncle that put you on. No, she put in that blood, that sweat, that
No.
tears, and you set those intentions and you just manifest the life that you like because you put the work in. And I love that you say that. And it's just that alone is like tips that anybody can take, regardless if they're an artist or not, but specific to artists, set the intention and do the work and it shall manifest for you. So I love that you said that. If you can go back in time, not in a place of regret, but if you can go back in time and speak to your younger self, what is something that you would say to her?
I honestly don't have any regrets. I just want to preface that because everything is a learning lesson. Whether you
Mm,
think it's a failure or not, you can turn it
mm,
into a learning lesson.
mm-hmm.
But
I love that.
um, I would tell myself to stop being scared. Just do
Mm,
it. Just do
yes.
it. Like, what do you? Because I watch TV or I'll see some online. I'm like, I had that idea 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. No,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
no, no. If you got an idea, you get it done, get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's regardless of what resources you have, you can make a way out of no way. I get my resourcefulness from my grandma.
Come on,
So
grandma.
I think,
Grandma.
you know, the matriarchs, we gotta make a way out of no way sometimes. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like you have to find that. You have to find that. And once you're once that fire is lit up under you, you're ready to go. Nothing can stop you.
I love that. I love that. I mean, you're dropping so much motivational speaking essence going on. So thank you so much for inspiring us. We're going to take a question from the audience from the group that is with us here. Someone says, how do you navigate working with different personalities? That's a good one. In those
Um,
writers' rooms and just in the industry in general.
yeah, it's been interesting working with certain personalities, but I see the human side of people.
Mm,
So when people are acting out or doing something, a certain thing, I just have to remind myself that they're wounded in some way, and it's not
mm,
personal. I read a lot of personal development books, so I feel
mm,
like that is what helped me understand people. And I feel like
mm,
if I wasn't doing this, I would probably be a psychologist because I love the
mm.
human mind.
Love that.
So yeah, so yeah, just understanding that it's not you. Don't take anything personal, and
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the talking points from this book that I love and I recommend to everybody. But it's called The Four Agreements
I
by
love the four agreements. Don Miguel.
yeah, Yeah, so that's one of the things. Don't take anything personally. And when you do that, and you really do that, the whole game has changed. Like you're not phased by much. You might get frustrated, but you don't let that knock your energy and what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would just say, just see people as people. You know, you don't know what people have going on at home. You don't know what they have health wise, financial wise. You really don't know. So, you know, not that's not to say that I'm a pushover, because
Right.
you got to stand
Right.
up for yourself.
Right.
But if you're not gonna care about it in an hour, 5 minutes a day,
Right.
just let it
Right.
go. Because
Exactly.
that anger or whatever is not good for you. It's not good for your spirit. Yeah.
I love
And I
that you
feel
say
like
that. I love the fact. Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off. I love the fact that you were talking about how you love reading stuff about psychology and that you'd be a psychologist. I'm the same exact way. I think as an artist, an actor, a writer, you said you started off as an actor, which I want to kind of ask you about, you know, how is that journey for you? Is it easier for you when writing characters, the fact that you started off as an actor and that you have experience in the acting world, or do you find that beneficial for you?
I do. I really do. So I majored in film in college, but I minored in theater just because I wanted to have a more informed look when I'm writing. So like I can see it from a writer's mind, I can see it from a viewer's mind, and I can see it from an actor's mind. So I think that benefited me greatly because, you know, when I'm performing, I'm like, okay, like it's almost like you can edit as an actor and a writer because I have both backgrounds. So it's like, okay, would this character really say that? Like,
This isn't lucrative for me, and I know I've always wanted to be a writer, so I'm gonna go back to writing. Was that an easy transition for you?
um, it was pretty easy, yeah, because I feel like it was writing is always there. And I feel like I can always, if I wanted to be in a project, I could, like whether it be like someone from my writers group or, and I'm not saying like I could just be on TV or I can just be in a movie, but I'm just saying like on
Yeah,
a smaller scope, like, you know,
yeah.
my writer friends, oh, I need someone for this, you know, I could be like, oh, hey, like, you know, so it's like I feel like it's always there, but I wouldn't say that it was necessarily hard to transition.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. And it sounds like you've been always called to do it anyway, so it probably was just kind of a relief in a way to get back to what you've been loving since you were 6, writing
Yeah.
books and stuff. Awesome. So let's take another question from our guests. How do you get past writer's block? That's a great question.
Oh, I go for walks. I go for walks.
Yeah.
I do something else. Um, I do something completely different.
Mm,
Like I'll cook. I'll walk.
nice.
I'll read a script.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wanna. I might not write, but I still wanna be in that creative mindset because something may, I don't know, spark. Or
Yeah.
I'll watch TV. I'll take a shower. I feel like sometimes I have my best thinking like in the shower or driving. So I'll go for a
Mm,
drive. You know, go to the beach when they're
I like
open.
that. Nice.
Go, you know. So I try to. I don't put pressure on myself.
Mm,
I feel like I used to try to write every day and have a goal like, oh, I'm gonna write X, Y, and Z pages a day, and I felt like I had a little bit of a burnout. And this is just my process. Some people they're able to write every day, and you know
mm,
but you know that's just not me. But I've kind of taught myself to. Um, my mentor he puts it, meet I meet my muse. So like I'll set out a chunk of time, like okay, I'm gonna have this document open.
mm-hmm.
Let's see what we can pull.
Mm-hmm. It's much
And
easier. It's an easy flow.
yeah, yeah. And then since I do have so many notes on my note apps, I usually have something that I that I can do because I've thought about it, you know, at dinner, on a run, you know, I've thought about it during the day. So I
Yeah.
usually have something that I can do because I thought I've been thinking about it for so long.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I love that. I mean, I think those great tips, just shifting your focus and letting yourself ease into what's coming or what's next for you. So, and usually that's your writing process. So I love that. Can you you spoke about so many different things. You talked about how you got started in the entertainment industry, how you were born to be a writer. Also, some of the adversities that you faced and how you overcame them, and you were very vulnerable and transparent with us. So we truly appreciate you. But if you can narrow it down to 3 tips that you give to a writer, not necessarily what they could be doing during this time of this experience that we are encountering, but more so 3 tips that you would leave for them that they could be doing after this, just to advance their artistic careers as writers.
Um, I would definitely say to study, whether that's
Yeah.
watching TV,
Yeah.
whether that's reading a script, whether
Mm-hmm.
that's reading a script while you're watching the show,
Mm-hmm.
and deconstructing the script. I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely say study. I would say take care of yourself. Like, don't, this industry is stressful, but don't stress yourself out. One of my things that I always like to say is your best self equals your best creativity. So
Mm.
you have to be 100% before you can pour yourself on the page. So you
Yes.
got to make sure, take your walks, work out, eat as clean as you can, you
Mm-hmm.
know, therapy or talk to someone,
Mm-hmm.
read personal development. That
Mm-hmm.
definitely helps, in my opinion. And the last thing would be to take action. Like,
Yeah.
you can't talk about it for your whole life or you're not going
Yeah.
to get anything done. At some point, you have to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you sure are a go-getter. And so you're definitely a role model that people, young women and guys can look to you for guidance, where you currently are, and they can look at your story and watch this interview and hear that it wasn't just a walk in the park for you. You worked really hard, you set your intentions, and you believed in yourself, and you stopped being scared. So we really appreciate you coming on here and doing this interview with us on behalf of FATE, the Foundation for Artistic Talent and Empowerment. Again, we do provide financial services and artistic mentorship for artists. So I'm hoping and I believe that they'll be inspired. If they didn't take something away, it's because they weren't listening. So you gave them the gems. You gave them the gems. Now it's up to them to take it and run with it. So thank you for passing the torch on. And you really wear your crown extremely well. You're a queen, and we feel that vibration in this interview. So we truly appreciate you, like seriously, sincerely.
Thank you so much. And thank you again for having me. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. You talked about so many cool things. So, I mean, I'm sure, guys, your questions have been answered. Again, you always put them in the question box instead of the comment box so we can make sure we get everything from you. But if you have questions, you can always go follow Jennelle's page. I dropped her Instagram handle there. Mine's is there in the Faye Global page. So connect with her and reach out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love talking and helping other people. So if you have any more follow-up questions, just, yeah, definitely DM me. And I love to chat with you.
Awesome. Well, sis, we appreciate you coming on here. We're gonna let you go. I know that
Thank
we're in
you.
quarantine, but you could be writing right now, or you could be meditating or in nature or whatever you want to do. So we appreciate you again, and we'll let you go from here.
Thank you.
All right, sis. See you later.
Bye.